Hello, everybody. Welcome to LT Outdoors Sunday Night Live. I'm going to share this real quick on Facebook. Gemma's trying to get up on cue, like always. You're such a turd. Don't get that hook in your butt. You know it's not easy with you. It's hard to have a week as bad as I've been having, but I appreciate everybody hopping on tonight. If you haven't already, please hit that thumbs up. Hey there, Rick. How you doing, buddy? Hey there, Bill. Hope you had a good week, Bill. Hey there, Johnny. Ugh. Such a pig. Hey, Scott. Hey there, Neil. Hey, sis. Hope you guys are all having a good week. Hey, Dean. How you doing, buddy? Hey, Max. Hey there, Rob. Rick says, GMA. Just down there being a turd nugget. Yep, got several things to talk about tonight, so it should be a good chat. Gonna wait for a few more people to get on. If you haven't already, please hit that thumbs up. I appreciate it. It does help the channel out. I have been tying a lot of lures, if you can see behind me. Most of those on top are the newest ones, so if anybody wants to get those new panty pounders with the new plastics, there's a lot of them already tied up and on the website. So thank you, John. Appreciate that, buddy. Hey there, Matt. Oh, I bet, Terry. It's still hot up here. It was hot today and yesterday, and we were getting cool, and I was loving it. But hey there, Don. It has been a bad week for me. Boy, do I got a story for you guys. Yes, I did. If you see my thumbnail, I do have a couple good things to talk about, but there was an awful lot of bad. I did get my first muskie, but there's a whole lot of bad that went along with that. So got a few things to talk about. Hey there, Kim. Appreciate that, John. Thank you. Dang, Terry. Yeah, it's been 80s up here. Hey, Lisa. Hey there, Don. Yeah, I'm done with the warm temps. I don't want it anymore. Hey there, Mike. Yep, and I will be doing another challenge tonight. Like I said, I'm going to try and do that every week. So stay tuned, and I'll be keeping up with that. 90s here in Ohio. Hey, Tony. I forgot to send your package, Tony. I'll send that out tomorrow. I'll be sure when I get off of here, I'll send it out. So sorry about that. It's been a crap week, man. You got no idea. No idea, man. Thank you, Rob. Yeah, if you guys haven't already, please hit that thumbs up. I will tell you guys this right now. My outdoors truck is down yet again, and this time it's down for a pretty good bit. On the way to the UP the other day, I had quite the trip. I didn't even make it 20 miles before the radiator cap blew off, so I had to buy a bunch of fluid for that. And then when I did get up there, I only made it one day up there. I was going to spend 3-4 days up there, but my transmission actually went out in the truck. So yeah, go figure on that one. And I'm going to tell you right now, try driving from Newberry to Harrisville with transmission. I could go a max of 30 miles an hour. Anywhere between 20 and 30 is all it would let me go. And I had to do that all the way from Newberry to Harrisville. It took me over 8 hours to get back. I don't know how. I didn't think I was going to get back, but the videos are going to start slowing down because, again, I'm out of a vehicle. It seems to never fail that way. There's 40 of you watching. Please hit that thumbs up. I will start the challenge here in a few minutes. Seems how there's a bunch of you on. Thank you, Tony. Yeah, I don't like the heat. Max, it was terrible, dude. Terrible. Well, I didn't even think I'd make it back over the Mackinac Bridge because it was just bogging the whole way up and barely made it over, and it was a horrible ride. So here I am driving really slow the whole way with my four-ways on, may I add, and I'm getting flipped off and beeped at, and just a whole, I was already on the verge of crying, and I had all these jerks on the road flipping me off and beeping at me. It was a terrible, terrible ride. So I pulled over in the UP. I pulled off the road when it first started smoking to see what was wrong. And dummy me learned a very, very hard lesson. I should have known this from my dad telling me years ago. Never pop the radiator cap off when it is hot, because I'm going to tell you right now, that stuff burns. I got it all over in my eyes. I got it in my mouth. I was talking to the guy off the road when it shot in my mouth. Antifreeze tastes horrible. Not only that, but it can kill you. So it didn't, I wasn't happy. A lot of it did go down my throat. So I was worried about that the whole ride home. I had a headache. It wasn't good. I hurried up, tore my glasses, hat, shirt, threw everything in the ditch. Yes, I did that, Max. Yes, I did. My entire day, that trip was supposed to be an anti-depression trip to help me, because it's been really tough lately, and it was not. It did not go good. I ended up making it home with no vehicle again. So I am too, Lisa, but God, I was crushed. I was crushed. I mean, that just destroyed everything. It did. And like I said, guys, the one good thing that came out of all that, and I do have some cool stories for you, is that I did get my muskie. I also lost 3 of them, and this was all in one day. So it was pretty epic. And if I could have stayed up there, I would have caught a lot. So it was I was doing good. I even got the lure right here to show you exactly what I caught the one on. If you look at my thumbnail, you'll see what the muskie was that I caught. Sure was pretty, but I learned a whole lot about muskies, and muskies are what I'm going to talk about for the most part tonight. Because just in that short period, from the few fish that I messed with, I learned quite a bit about them. They're definitely, I'm an addict, that's for sure. Those muskies are pretty incredible. So, oh, it was bad, Kevin. I mean, I knew people were disrespectful, but the fact that I knew my not only was my trip ruined, I knew that my truck was about ruined. So I was already on the verge of tears. And to have these people blowing by me, laying on their horn, and I'm trying to pull off the side of the road just so they can go by me. I was trying to be the nice guy, because I knew they were backed up and throwing a fit. So I would pull off the road so they'd go around, and they're flipping me off and beeping the horn, and I I was crushed. My trip definitely did not do me any good. That's for sure. Man, I wanted help so bad, Max, but I'll tell you, I couldn't. I wouldn't feel right calling somebody up there, that being that far away. Not only that, but I didn't have signal. See, there's hardly any signal in the UP, which I loved it. Okay, it's nice and quiet, but at the same time, yeah, even then, I didn't know. I was scared. I didn't have anybody up there that could help me. I didn't know of anybody that could even do anything. I mean, it was bad. It was really bad. People can definitely be horrible. I hope they do, Tony. I hope they do. But that means a lot to me, Max. That does. I appreciate. I'm just hoping I can get the truck fixed now, because I already looked online, and there is no way in hell I can get a new transmission. That stuff, when you start digging into the transmissions, that's when it gets expensive. There's no way. I mean, at that point, I might as well get a new truck, because it costs more than what I paid for the truck. So it's stupid. Well, it's funny. At one point, I was at 50. Now I'm back down to 39. So I'm going to do the challenge for all those people that just missed out by jumping off. That's their fault. I'm going to throw a sound out here right now for you guys. First one that can guess this right will win today's challenge, and I'll send Tony's prize out along with whoever wins this one tonight. So Okay, I will play that again in just a little while here after I'm done talking for a bit. And I will keep an eye on everybody's. I know what you meant to say, Don, but I think I like that comment, the wobbler. That's a perfect spell miss right there because it's like a fishing lure. Oh man. I do want to show you though, because I showed you guys this on here before when I was live. Hey there, Lewis. Um, this is actually what I caught the muskie on. I was pretty impressed, and I gotta say, I really liked how this thing fished. I fished. This is that Killer Eels by DeLong Lures. I even emailed them and told them I was very happy about their lures. And what's crazy is with it being plastic, I assumed it was going to get just ripped to shreds, right? Because muskie, I mean, their teeth are insane. So I thought it would be, but it actually this thing ain't gonna rip. It's got a nice slice right there from the teeth, and it got several bites. Trust me, it didn't just get one. It's got teeth marks all along the back there. But that right there is the Killer Eels by DeLong Lures. That's an 8-inch bait, and I want to talk. Like I said, I'm gonna talk a little about muskies, and I'm gonna keep an eye on this for you guys to make some guesses. I will say, John, you're right in the long scheme of things, but I need a better guess than the songbird. Um, but yeah, the Killer Eels there, guys, by DeLong Lures not only caught me my first muskie, but it also got me a really nice pike up there. So the line itself, I'm using a steel leader. I like short ones. I'm not a fan of steel leaders, so when I use them, I like I like to be short on them. So I'm using a short steel leader, and I have this is actually 50-pound braid, but it's oh god, what kind is it? Power Pro braid, and it's what I love about Power Pro is it's really thin compared to what it is. So I believe it's 15-pound test or maybe 12 thickness, even though it's 50. So, but it did a wonderful job. And like I said, guys, not only did I catch my first muskie, but I lost three more while I was up there, all in a very short period of time. Um, I've got more to tell you about angry stuff too. A lot of things went wrong other than my transmission, which was definitely a big wrong, but there was a lot more that went wrong. The very first night at that campground, I was very excited, right? Because there was nobody there. Even the campground host, nobody was there. I thought, oh, this is going to be great. Well, there was a cabin up on the hill, like a summer cabin. A whole bunch of punk kids in their 20s showed up to that cabin in the evening around probably 7, 8 o'clock, and they start launching golf balls across the water towards my campsite. They were nailing the water right in front of my tent. They were hitting the tree above my tent. I got inside the tent with my dogs because I knew that if they hit one of my dogs, I was going to go up that hill and it was going to rain hell. And there was a lot of them and only one of me, but I would have tried my best. And I'll tell you, we got in that tent, and the whole time, all I could think about is I'm going to lose a window, right? My truck's going to shatter a window or something. Well, ended up staying in there for the night, just hiding away from these golf balls. And while I was at it, I think I told you guys a while back, I ordered a charger so that I could charge my marine batteries while, I needed to charge them so I could last longer. Well, it plugs into the truck, and I didn't think nothing of it. But overnight, the very first killed my truck battery trying to charge the marine battery. So right away, the very next morning, I had to waste my marine battery trying to jump the truck. I managed to jump it, but it took me a long time to get it to jump because it just didn't want to turn over. And I'm sure part of that was because the transmission was going on top of it all. But I managed to jump it finally. And at that point, now I've only got one marine battery. So at that point of the day, I thought, you know what, my camping trip's over. I was only going to stay one night as it was after that because it was just ruined. Well, hopped in the truck to leave, and right then was when the transmission, I mean, it was just like that. Transmission went. So the whole rest of the trip, I had to try and make it home on a bad transmission. And I just want to say to any of those guys out there that flipped me off and beeped their horn and stuff, man, you guys got to learn why hazard lights are there for a reason. And that is exactly why I had them on. And if you do not know what hazard lights are for, you need to go back to driver's training and learn what they are for because I had them on the whole time and you guys were beeping at me and flipping me off. So Thank you, Lisa. Yeah, I do too, Lisa, because you know what sucks is the van, I absolutely love the work into that as far as parts. Me and Rick were fixing that thing up all the time, but it was pretty much all new from all the stuff we bought. So I don't know. It's just a bummer that the van went down. Honestly, I have not had a good vehicle in well since my mom passed. It's been at least 6 years, about 6 years since I've had a good vehicle. And yeah, it just sucks. Not being able to depend on your vehicle is probably one of the hardest things in the world because you just can't trust to go anywhere. And I have trips in mind. I have so much that I want to get done, especially my channel. I can't grow my channel more unless I get to do that. So, well, Robert Emmerich just won. That was kind of quicker than I'd hoped, but congrats, Rob. I will throw you down on that one, buddy. I will play it again now that he has won. If you guys have never heard that before, that was exactly what that was. It was a brown thrasher. Now the brown thrasher doesn't just sing one song. All of these little songs are what the brown thrasher sings. They have several songs that they will sing constantly. I mean nonstop in a long chord. They will continue singing these songs over and over and over. The very first time, Ruby, the very first time that I dealt with a brown thrasher, they nest in my apple tree every single year. So I absolutely love it. They're pretty to listen to. They sound really cool. I'll show you guys a picture too for those of you that didn't get to look it up. They are a very neat bird. There we go. That is the brown thrasher. It's actually a fairly good sized bird. They're fairly large. I love their yellow eyes. Just like a grackle, they got bright yellow eyes, really pretty. But that song, you cannot mistake it. When you constantly hear the song going on, it's yeah, you'll know exactly what that is. You hear a constant song that's basically a whole bunch of little songs all put together. Brown Thrasher every time. So, yep, congratulations, Rob. I will send out your stuff tomorrow with Tony's. Yeah, she's barking because the people here with the horses are out there working right now. They're usually not here during my live nights, but they are today. And usually, luckily, Gemma's not going because usually both dogs are going crazy when they're here. That's cool, Rob. Yeah, they are cool birds. They're very cool. See, now you know, John. Now you know. That's part of why I'm doing this. I mean, not only do I do this so that I can send out some free stuff to you guys each week, but also because I think it's just a neat learning experience. It's a way for me to connect with you guys, but also a way for you to learn just something that I think's interesting. All this, my head is full of all kinds of random outdoor knowledge when it comes to birds, reptiles, animals, fish, all that stuff. And I just love to throw that kind of stuff out there. So anytime I can get a chance to share that, I really enjoy it. But oh yeah, yep, bow season they're around quite a bit. I love that they nest in the apple tree. So every year I have them out there, and they sure are cool. Thank you, Bill. Thank you. And like I said, guys, the videos, sadly, I mean, I do. What sucks is I know a lot of people don't like the bass videos so much. I do have some older bass videos from the season saved up that I just had backed up. I'm probably going to start putting them out. Yes, I'm going to put my muskie video out. Of course, I'm going to do that. That'll be the next video, so that'll be on Wednesday. After that, though, I don't have any footage, and I won't until I can get back out. I don't have a truck. Don't know how long it's going to be till I can get a truck or get something going. So we shall see. But so far, me and Rick are gonna head out on Tuesday. Don't know. It's gonna be another place close to home that I've already fished a bunch this season, but we'll see. If it's nothing, worth watching on video, then you ain't gonna see it. But otherwise, we'll see. But yeah, with the truck being down, I definitely won't be able to do all the stuff that I want. And it really sucks because I don't know if I mentioned this last weekend, but a buddy of mine filled me in on information on where to go to get sturgeon in the Lower Peninsula, a really good place. And I'm dying to do it. That was my biggest plan. As soon as I got back from the UP, I was planning to go there and camp for a night or two with the dogs and stay out catching them. But I swear to God, though, I cannot win. The vehicle destroys my season every year. So I appreciate that, Peachtree. Oh, and I forgot. I seen you. Oh, and Hayward. Heck yeah. Oh yeah, you got lots of cool stuff in Hayward, man. I love Hayward. Yeah, I wish I could get back up there. That's a beautiful place. Saturday and Sunday. What did I have? Did I have something this weekend? I don't think we're supposed to until it comes out, but I will. For those of you that watch PBS, I will be on PBS probably, they said about 2 weeks. So I'll be in a documentary on there in a couple weeks. So that should be cool. Like I said, I can't talk about what it's about just yet because I think that's something they want to keep under wraps until it comes out. I don't think I'm supposed to ruin that till it comes out. But I will be in a documentary. And for those that didn't know, this is my second documentary. I was in one before that actually won some awards. It was a really great documentary, really touching. I can't watch it again myself because it had my mother in it and it's just really hard to watch. But if you guys ever wanted to watch it, it is on iTunes and it's called No Defense. It was a professional documentary. I didn't make it. It was done by professionals, but I was in it for a bit. So there's a lot of places with sturgeon, yep, but I've recently found out about one that's a pretty good guarantee, and I wanna get there. You know, I just now scratched off my between muskie, sturgeon, and gar. Those are, like, the last 3 of my fish that I need to get out of the state of Michigan, so I'm back down to 2. Oh, yeah, Muskegon. There are a lot of places with sturgeon, but most of them, it's really a it's really a shot in the dark, kind of like Saginaw River. They got them, but it's just a luck thing. But I found a buddy of mine reached out to me recently, and he managed to catch in 3 weekends. They caught 7 of them fishing off a dock, and they were really big. So I'm dying to get there. I really am. They said it should be 2 weeks max, but I as soon as they let me know, they're gonna let me know ahead of time, and I will let you guys know. So yeah, I've heard there's some really good ones in Lake St. Clair. Yeah, that would be cool. Probably could, probably could do that. St. Clair River, Algonac. Yeah, the only thing though is see the spot that I just learned about doesn't have all the boat traffic. So I don't know, St. Clair, after all the stuff I've heard about it, plus being in the city, I don't know. 36-day warning. I'm guessing for deer season. Is that what we're talking here, Mossy Horn? That's what I'm guessing. See, I am excited about that, obviously, for bow, but also I'm excited. Well, I thought the St. Clair River, isn't that? I mean, that's all city down there. I don't think there's anything really country about any of that area. Oh, I bet that would be cool. Absolutely. Now I got to look it up. I swear to God, that's all city down there. If you ask me, there's nothing that's not city below Tawas City. St. Clair River. Mm, well, I don't know. It does flow through the cities. That's to me that I mean that's like Saginaw River. That flows through all the cities. I haven't personally, but I do have a good video on here smoking fish. My buddy Rick does it. We've got a great video on here smoking catfish and white bass, I believe, and they were delicious. He's got a special recipe too, so highly recommend watching that smoke video so you can get that recipe. It was really good. Yeah, I hear it's pretty cool down there, man. It seems like a lot of fun. Hey there, Lisa. How are you and Rick doing? Oh, that would have been really neat. That would have been really cool to see. I just want to touch one, And actually, now that I can get back on target, seems how we're kind of off of the stuff. The muskie. This is something that shocked me about the muskie. I always assumed because I know they're in the Esox family. They look like a pike, other than the colors, and I assumed they would feel just like a pike. To me, they felt way more armored. I thought it was way more. That was a stiff, just a strong bodied fish. I was really shocked at that. Also, they're super fast. Like I was really blown away by the speed of those things. It makes me better understand how you see those guys speed fishing them in those videos because I used to think, man, these guys really crank them that fast, but they are that quick of a fish. And another thing I learned that I thought was outstanding is the fact that they aren't afraid of people. They really are not. And that is why you're able to do the whole figure eight thing with them. They're not that afraid. The very first day, okay, when that battery went dead on me and I was really angry, I just got it jumped. I was waiting for the I was waiting for the stupid battery to charge. I was mad. I didn't have the camera on. Big mistake, right? I could have got you guys some killer footage at this moment. I hopped in the boat. I never took it anywhere. I just hopped in the boat on the campsite and I already had this all rigged up and I threw it out off the back of the boat, twitching it back. I lost a muskie. I had it on. It was nice. I got it up to the back of the boat. I even touched it with the net. It got off. I hurried up and threw back out and it hit right away. I was like, it's not, I don't know any other fish that you can touch with a net and it actually sees you that is going to grab that bait again. Way more ferocious than a pike. I was just blown away. I mean, muskie are truly unbelievable, and yeah, I am an addict. As soon as I get a good vehicle running, I am going out looking for some muskie because it was really something special. They are just such a cool fish, and when they hit, man, it is nothing. The first one that I had hit, the first day, I missed it 7 times. 7 times. He never got the hook in his mouth, but he just kept smashing it. That is some fun right there. So I know freaking turtles season's ending soon. How's the puppy dog, Lisa? They are definitely strong. Yeah, really amaze me. But even the feel, like I said, the feel of them, just that they're such a thick, strong fish. It's funny because I was fishing fast, and then when I started, I think I had to slow down, probably because it's cold. And when I slowed down with this, that's what was nice about this bait is I could, yes, it was erratic and fast, so I could, snap it quick and make it dart quick, but at the same time, I could pause it rather than speed cranking with a spinner. This thing, I was able to really give a good pause, and it was during that, I'd snap it and it'd get them going, but as soon as I paused it, they would smash it. It was really awesome. Yep. Definitely some fun time. Oh, very hungry. Yeah. And even the one that I caught, the video footage is awesome. Even though I only ended up catching the one muskie and the pike on that killer eel, you're going to love the footage. It was really cool. And I've got other footage. I seen otters and I seen mergansers and all kinds of other stuff. So, oh, it was unbelievable, John. They are so cool. So cool. From what I've been reading, it says that the bigger muskies they're more aggressive in the evening and the mornings. So I almost feel like I messed up that first night. Instead of getting mad and going trying to hide in the tent from the golf balls, I should have just turned the lights on the boat and hit the river late at night because I didn't know they were a night biter. It was very exciting, Max. I am truly addicted. If I could, I would get back up there tomorrow. I mean, it is so much fun. As soon as I really need to get another vehicle going, like something fierce. Aw, I love that dog. She's such a sweetheart. Oh, I believe it, Mike. I did too. Two out of those three that I lost flew out of the water. It was so cool, man. It was so cool. And the one that I caught, I was telling Rick this, even though it was only 26 inches, I know it weighed as much, if not more, than a 36-inch pike. I mean, they are such heavier, thicker, they are badass fish. They really are. Muskie are wicked. Yep, I truly love them, and now, we have some lakes down here. Lake Otsego is one of them that I really want to try hitting because there's a lot of good fish caught out of there. I really wish the DNR would put more work into our ponds because they plant them in these stupid foot and cook pond, but I have never ever heard of anybody catching one out of there. Sure, I do hear the random ones from people every now and then, but they say they catch babies, and I know that's bull. So see, I could see that if you're fishing with trebles, but fishing something like the killer eels, or even the first night, the night that I got down there, I actually missed that. When I missed one 7 times, it was on a spinner bait. Now I'm really thinking I need to order some actual big spinner baits, not inline spinners. I'm not talking MEPS or anything like that. I'm talking my normal spinner baits like I do for bass, but I need some bigger ones because those muskie, I mean, that first night he just kept hammering them. It was really something cool. But again, single hook. Obviously a muskie hits a treble. It's a lot easier. Any fish hits a treble. It's easier to hook them, but harder to get them out, right? But something like this, it's kind of nice with the big single hook. They get that hook in their mouth. It's a heck of a lot easier to get it out of their mouth. But hey, fish bros, how you doing? I'll tell you though, I did meet some good people this week. Even when I broke down, that guy Lucas was a great dude. That actually stopped to check on me, the only guy, and I thank God that he was there because he almost stopped me from popping the cap off that radiator. He tried to say no just as I did it, and got all that in my eye. And luckily, he was there though. He had an extra shirt he gave me real fast, and because I didn't want to hop back in the truck with the dogs covered in coolant. It was really bad, but oh, I love bass fishing. If you watch my channel, Fish Bros, I got a lot of good bass videos. It doesn't float, but it sinks so slowly, Max. It's kind of a semi top water bait. I mean, if you wanted to, you could let that thing sink for a long time and get it down deep. But for me, I was just throwing it out. I'd let it sink for just a few seconds and then I'd start twitching it. And the thing dances like crazy. I mean, it dances, it don't dance as nice as a barracuda because it's just not as flimsy, but it's kind of cool because it does a lot of side to side motion. It'll jump and man, all that commotion and stuff, and it does make a lot of noise in the water. That's all it took. Those muskies were just smoking that thing. So back up. I mean, it's just everything sucks about it. My friend Chance that has the horses out here, he said I've got another friend that named same thing named Chance, and he said he's got a transmission from a S10 from the same year, same motor. And my other friend Chance with the horses said that he can swap them in, but who knows when that's going to be. I mean, they're both busy guys. I'm not pushing anything. I'm not going to be like, hey, when are you getting it done? When they get it done, they get it done. I'm just happy that they can do it. But again, that just means I'm out. So if you guys don't start seeing as many videos, I'm just apologizing right now. There's nothing I can do about it. I definitely don't make enough. I don't make much at all on this channel, to be honest. I don't make much at all. And it definitely doesn't pay for costs like this. When a truck goes down, I am toast for however long it takes. It takes a while. I don't like chatterbaits. I'm not a big fan of the chatterbaits. I don't know why, Fish Bros. I just never got into them. Personally, I just think they're overrated because with a chatterbait, if you ask me, a chatterbait's nothing more than a spinnerbait without the blade, right? And without the extra metal. But I'm a sucker for spinnerbaits. I catch so many big bass on spinnerbaits. I do a lot of fishing with frogs. If you go through my videos this summer, I did a lot of frogging. Caught some of the biggest bass of my life this summer on frogs. Had a lot of fun. I will be fishing bass again here before long because when duck season opens, which is coming soon, especially early teal, I like to get out and actually duck hunt out of my kayak. I call it cast and blast. I'll be out there casting for bass and bass and pike for the most part, as well as shooting birds when they come by. So it's a good time. Yeah, I've got a few of them, but I just never got into them. Like I know Luke, he brags about them, but I've never. I don't know. I've caught so many more bigger fish on spinner baits, and then I've tried that, Scott, and I don't get as many hits. I put a trailer hook down because it slows down. It stops the bait from moving very much because it basically will make the spinner bait run perfectly straight, and it just slows the whole thing down. I don't know. I've tried it with different trailers, and I don't get as many bites. I don't. I think it's almost too much for them. But if you watch my bass videos, I catch a ton of big bass on spinner baits just plain. I see too many guys using trailers and especially hookups. I don't miss many fish on a spinner bait, man. When they hit that spinner bait, they've got it. But the muskies, the only reason I was missing the muskies on that is because spinner bait hooks ain't that big, okay? And these fish they come in so fast. They hit it, they crash into the dang thing. And with a hook that small on a spinner bait, I mean, they're probably just smacking the blades for all I know. I used buzz baits a lot as a kid. I did. I'm trying to get back into them, but I'd say frog. Frog is probably my favorite for top water bassin, just because it's 100% weedless. Especially, like I said, I do hate most frogs, but I will say this: the jackal. I say it again and again and again. The jackal is by far the best frog on the market. You get that, and you will not miss very many fish. Congratulations, Jim. I'm glad you guys had fun. I'd like to get over there and do some of that salmon fishing, but there's too many snaggers out there, man. I see a guy snagging, I just want to throw him in the water. So yeah, I mean spinner baits will always be my favorite, but you can use frogs, certain types of frogs. Okay, I'm not going to say you can use them all because there are a lot of protected frog species. But if you look in the book, there are certain species of frogs, and yes, we do have a frog season. Just like turtles, there's a frog season. So, and you're only allowed to get so many. And yes, you can use them for bait, but you can only keep so many, and you can only use certain species of frog. So, yeah, there are a lot of protected frog species, but if you look in the book, it'll tell you straight up which ones you're allowed to use. Like, obviously, you can use a bullfrog. If you catch a bullfrog, game on. But um, I've, I mean, I've had so much fun with the plain, fake frogs that, yes, bullfrogs would definitely work, but once it's dead, and you got to get another one. So, because they ain't gonna float as the same when they're dead, and yeah, things get a little messed up. So basically, it's probably good for one bass, and then they're a little messed up. But oh, there you go. Yeah, like I said, after the truck broke down, I have just been sitting. The one day all I ate was potatoes. The next day all I ate was eggs. I've just been sitting at home. I've been tying lures, working on videos. I've got the muskie video almost done. Again, that's going to be out for those of you wanting to see the muskie video. It's going to be out on Wednesday. And yes, even though I only caught one muskie and one pike, The action was really awesome for that, and I did throw in a bunch of other stuff, just video clips of me going up there and the dogs and the otters and deer. One thing I thought was funny, I get all these guys that are saying, there's not many deer in the UP, which I get. Yes, the wolves they say are getting a lot, but I seen a lot of deer. I was only there a day, and I seen a lot of deer. So, and no, I was not. Yes, the southern center part of the UP is supposed to be the highest population of deer, but I was more in the center of the UP, and I still seen a lot. So, yeah, Ugh, probably a pike. More than likely a pike, because I mean, you could use dead fish even and have them things smoke them. Yeah, but I mean, even out there in the boats, and me and Rick were talking about that today. That's something I've always wanted to do, Jim. And I mean, that's a lot of fun. But even then, you got to watch the guys there off the piers. To me, even the guys that aren't purposely snagging, if they foul hook a fish and they still throw it in the boat, that makes me mad. And I know there is a lot of that goes on down there. Most of those guys just don't care. They got no care in the world. But yes, you're right. Upriver is definitely the worst, and that's I've been getting a lot of invites over there, and trust me, I would love it if there wasn't so many bad people. If it wasn't for all the snaggers and what do you call it, flossers. I mean, all that stuff is just ridiculous. But I hear you, Donnie. I mean, frog legs are one of my favorite things in the world to eat, but it sucks up here. You might get a kick out of this, Donnie, but it's a little ridiculous. We are not allowed to use artificial lights up here in Michigan to hunt frogs. And when we do get frogs, I mean, we're only allowed to use moonlight, right? And when we do get frogs, we're only allowed 10 of them. I mean, come on now. I can eat 10. That's what I could eat all those frog legs myself. Okay. And our frogs aren't as big as yours. So, yeah, I hear you, Max. I hear you. I mean, the season's basically now. It does start right now. Up here, though, yeah, people been messaging me about the Asable, but honestly, it doesn't start getting good until September. I mean, a lot of people are just wanting to jump the gun, but the Asable River doesn't get it very good until September. But the west side of the state right now, definitely hot. I mean, you get over there, Pierre Marquette and Muskegon and stuff like that. You're definitely going to find the salmon, but salmon are definitely good, and they're fun and they're delicious, and I wanna do that so bad, Bill. That jigging seems like fun. Yeah, that's a bucket lister for me, Buck. That's something I wanna do. Me and Rick were talking about it today, and again, if I had a vehicle like this, just one of the many things I need to be doing right now. And what sucks is if you don't do it, you've only got this short window. I mean, it's only good for so long, and then you got to wait again till next year. It's not one of those things that are year long. I mean, you know, just like the sturgeon that I want to do. Once it ices up, sure, I could go out and try to find them then, but it sure ain't as easy. So, right? Amen to that, John. Yeah. Yep. I just wish we were allowed more. It doesn't make much sense, man. It seems like you go out all that work to go out at night and get 10 frogs. It just doesn't seem like much, but I really, after spending that time up there in Newberry, I'd never really spent much time up that way. I really want to live up there. Not gonna lie. I mean, I was thinking before I wanted to move to Wisconsin or Minnesota, which I definitely love that better than where I'm at. But where I was at up there in the UP was definitely beautiful. I liked it. And I want to say this too, not only did I see a bunch of deer, again, I thought it was amazing because I hear so much about the bad stuff up there, but also the otters. I seen two different family of otters the very first day on that river. I mean, the otters were everywhere. Beaver, oh my God, I seen more beaver sign than I have ever seen in my entire life. I could go down there and catch tons of beavers. I mean, it really got me thinking it would be fun just to do a week camp trip or something and go up there and slay beavers, catch fish. I mean, yep, Lake Michigan side, Max. The rivers that come in off Lake Michigan are excellent this time of year, and they will be for the next month. You know, they're going to be good. Yeah, that's true. Them big ones though just seem to be. I don't know. I don't see the big frogs. They seem to hide more in the day. I don't see them. Hey there, Barry. Yeah, Newberry's beautiful. I really loved it up there. Trout Lake, awesome little town. I mean, that's my jam. Tiny towns like that, hardly anybody around. That's my jam. And it was funny because when I pulled off the road with the problem with the truck, and I seen all these jerks flying by, not to be mean to you Ohio folk, but there was an awful lot of Ohio plates just whizzing by me, not even paying me the time of day. But when the one Youper pulled off to help me, I mentioned to him, I said, you know, it's really shocking to me that up here in the UP, you've got so many people that whip by you and don't even say anything. And he said straight up to me, he's like, well, most of these people ain't around from around here. I said, man, that's exactly how I feel because I get the same crap up there where I'm at from all the tourists, and I guess you're getting it too. So, yeah, the UP is also flooded with a bunch of people this time of year that just don't care. They don't care. Disrespectful jerks. Oh, it's amazing, Bill. It's amazing. I could, man, yeah, I want to live up there because I could have so much fun with the beavers and the otters and the muskrat. For you want to talk about beavers and muskrat? Muskrat were everywhere too. Oh, it was amazing. It's my dream, that's for sure. That's what you were saying, Rob. Yep, that should be fun. For salmon, you talking, Max? I love Trout Lake, man. I thought it was just a nice little town. That little one single gas station there, just nice people. I hear you, Donnie. You know, it's crazy because people downstate have been getting a bunch of rain in most places, but up here it's been super dry too, man. You know, my creeks are drying up and everything's dry up here. It's sad. You know, I've been watching for teal, but all my teal spots are just muck. There's everything's ruined. Oh, yep. Red flag. That would be fun. That would be fun. I mean, it's really once you're on the salmon, they're easy. I mean, they bite like crazy. Oh, you had dinner there? Yeah, I they did have that one restaurant there, yeah. Yeah, like I said, I loved it. I wish I had planned to spend at least 3 days up there, and what really sucks is when I got up there right away, I paid for 2 nights because like I said, camp host, nobody was there at the campground. So I paid for 2 nights, dropped it in the drop box, and truck broke down after the first, so I didn't even get to spend the 2 days there. So, yeah, I got screwed on 20 bucks right there. Basically need a boat to do the jigging part, which is what I really want to do, Max. I have seen. Thank you, Rob. I have seen some great videos over there where people are vertically jigging salmon, man, just jigging those jigging spoons and stuff right off the boat. And they just come in, they come through in schools. So you'll be sitting there just jigging away and they come in and crush it. And that is just a bucket lister of mine to go there and do that. But I appreciate that, Rob. Thank you. Yeah, I was gonna start a thing up for the truck, and then I was like, nah, I can't do it. So I'm gonna sit on it and just hope that it's fixed before long because I've got duck season coming up fast, snipe season, and goose season opens like next week. I mean, I'm gonna be missing out on a lot of stuff and just channel going downhill soon. So squirrel season on the 15th, but early goose and teal on September 1st. A lot of things coming. The township campground. I didn't even know they had one there. See, I went to the Confluence. That's where I stayed. So I was, like I said, about 8, 9 miles from Trout Lake. Oh yeah, mine would work. Well, you're really not even on big water, Max, because you're in the rivers. They get them right in the river mouth, so you're in the channels between the break walls. Watch some videos on it when we get off tonight, and you'll see exactly what I mean. But they are vertically jigging between the break walls, so it's basically like the piers you see in Oscoda between these big break walls that go out into the lake. But they're getting them right there, right in the mouth of that. So, but yeah, it doesn't take a big boat for that. Thank you, Donnie. I appreciate that, man. Drop shotting's a blast for me. It really is. When like I said, me and Rick are going to go out this week, probably Tuesday. We might hit Venetton. So if we do, probably perch fishing or something. But we'll see. I'm not quite sure yet. Might drift crawlers or something. Who knows? 60 to 70 feet of water. That's where they're jigging them right now. So they're actually way out there. I don't think we can get out there yet, Max. We need to wait. We need to wait for them to hit the break walls if they're out that far out. $40 of water, Pure Marquette Lake. Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about. I forgot all about that because that lake's basically like a big opening to Lake Michigan. I fished that once when I was younger. Yeah, if they're still out that far, Max, we'll probably want to wait a little bit. I would say September for sure. I would say probably second week of September we should be able to start hammering them inside the mouths. But you want to get them right when they're between those break walls before they get too far upriver. I'd say that's the time to. They haven't started. See, Muskegon Channel is one of the ones I want to hit, but sounds good. All right, Max. Sounds good, brother. We'll do it. We'll hit it up, man. Yeah, that would be a blast. Because I know, either one of our boats, that when you're between those break walls, they pretty much block all the stuff. And it does get, you watch the videos, you'll see it gets pretty shoulder to shoulder with boats. I mean, you'll see a lot of boats stacked together, but it looks like a lot of fun because you'll see boats start catching them before they even get to you because huge schools work their way up the rivers. And you just got to be sitting there jigging when they come up that river, and it's just game on. Yeah, always been a dream of mine because I have jigged all kinds of fish before, and salmon just seemed like a lot of fun. So, all right, you have a good night too, Lisa. Thank you. I'm hoping things work out because so far they really haven't. You figure, yes, I catch fish, but that's something I can do all the time. It's the vehicle that needs to. I have had the worst vehicle luck ever the past couple years. So, all right, sounds good, Max. We will plan on that, brother. We will plan on that. But yeah, guys, this week I will try to get you some content. If not, I do have backup content from bass fishing. Like I said, I know a lot of people don't like the bass stuff, but I've got some topwater videos left on my computer. I've got a couple more pike videos. I'll probably, once I put the muskie video out, I'll probably start throwing out some I did this year and just get them out until I'm able to get back out and back on the water because I definitely want to hit the water a bunch soon, but you got to figure too with duck and all that opening up soon, you are going to start seeing a lot more videos from me of other stuff as well. I did go mushroom picking yesterday. I took a girl with me. Her name's Elise, and it didn't turn out very well. I was hoping, but I'm telling you, because it's been so freaking dry up here, I did not expect this. But the mushrooms were actually dehydrated, right? They basically looked like you'd already dehydrated them. I went to my black trumpet spot. The trumpets were laid out on the ground, flat, all dried up. It was sad. It was a sad, sad sight to see. lobster mushrooms, a lot of them had started getting moldy and they were all just dry and crunchy. I mean, it is a crappy year. Yeah, I was shocked, John. Really shocked. Especially to see the black trumpets just laying on the ground all dry, crispy and dry. Elise did pick some to try, even the crispy trumpets, because they're pretty much dehydrated. But she picked some of them, and I told her they're way better when they're fresh, you know? I mean, you cannot beat fresh mushrooms compared to the ones that have already been dried. But yeah, it was really a shame. But I am going to try and get some stuff done this week. And again, I do hope to get back up muskie fishing by the end of season. I would like to get back up there, or at least to some of these places down here in the Lower Peninsula. I've got a few planned out. Definitely takes a lot of work finding the fish, but once you're on them, the spot that I got in UP, I figured them out though, and it's a guarantee to get on a few. So lots of fun up there. But I hope you guys enjoy that video. Like I said, I'll be coming out with it Wednesday. And if you haven't already, please hit that thumbs up. I see I had 50 of you watching, only 37 thumbs up. It does help. So, which season, Max? Which season are you talking about? Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's better than seeing that. That's for sure. I don't like any roadkill, man. I see that stuff, and I always think to myself that it's probably the vegans or oh, muskie. Um, God, I don't know because I wasn't even planning to keep them. I was just catch and release anyway. So I'm not sure. You know, I should probably look into that, Max. Good thinking on that one. I was just thinking I could go up there and catch and release on them, but I should probably see. They might have a special season up there on the Tequamanen. I'm not sure, but I will have to look it up. But I definitely didn't want to keep one. That was my whole. I mean, yeah, I'm sure they're probably just as good as pike, but yeah, I really wanted to get a picture with one. That was my main goal, and I'm glad I at least succeeded with that. With all the crap that happened on that trip, I'm ecstatic that I was able to catch the one fish that I went up there for, especially in one day. I mean, that's pretty dang good. So yeah, absolutely, Max. Yep. It was so they're just fun, man. Yeah, I don't think I'd ever want to keep a muskie. That is one beautiful, amazing fish. Same as sturgeon, you know, a friend, the guy that told me about the sturgeon recently, he ate one and he did say that they were delicious, but uh, as much as I like trying new things, I don't know if I could eat one. I don't know because they are just they're a dinosaur and they could, you know, you let that 48, 50-inch sturgeon go and they can get, sky's the limit. They can get really big. So I just love the idea of that. I just want to feel one. That's my whole thing. So yeah, I'm hoping, man, when we start getting some fall weather, I'm hoping things pick up and you know, I like I said, I'm bummed about teal season because I've been watching like crazy, and I did see some the other day, actually at my snipe spot. I forgot to tell Paul about it, but I did see some. So, nope, I would never. I just don't agree with it, Mike. I mean, it's definitely cool to try them, but I personally couldn't do it. So, all right, hopping off of here, guys. Again, thank you all for hopping on tonight. Thanks for chatting with me. Congratulations to Robert on guessing the Brown Thrasher. And I hope you guys have a great week. I will chat with you later. I will try my best to get you some videos. So see you next Sunday.